Hey, football fanatics! Week 6 of the NFL is here, and with it comes PFT's power rankings. But before we dive into that, I gotta ask, who do you think is the most underrated team this season? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because we're definitely debating this one. Oh, and while you're here, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe. It's important. No, seriously, I mean it. You don't want to miss any of these important updates. Ready? Let's get into it. Let's start at the top, where the Kansas City Chiefs are sitting pretty at number 1. 5-0, but they're sluggish at times. It's like they're the team version of that friend who's late to everything, but always shows up with the best food. You know the type. But hey, as long as they're inevitable, right? It's important to never doubt Patrick Mahomes and company, even if they're hitting snooze on the season sometimes. Now, at number 2, we have the Lions. Yes, you heard that right, the Lions. They're climbing the ranks like a cat that suddenly realized it's a lion and not a house pet. Can Dan Skipper lead them to glory? Well, let's just hope he knows how to report as eligible, because returning to Dallas isn't exactly a walk in the park. And how about the Vikings? Also 5-0 and cruising at number 3, but let's be real. Their special teams could use some work. Kicker? Solid. The rest of it? Let's just say it's a bit like trying to build IKEA furniture without the instructions. Do you think the Vikings are legit, or are we witnessing the calm before the storm? Hit the comments with your thoughts. Sliding down a bit, we've got the Texans at number 4, and folks, it's not too early to circle Week 16 on your calendars. That game against Kansas City could decide who gets home field advantage. Texas barbecue versus KC barbecue. Important stuff here, people. And right behind them, the Commanders at number 5. I mean, let's be honest, every Commanders fan is holding their breath for this Sunday. Visiting the Ravens? That's a big test. It's like when you finally challenge your older sibling in a video game and think, this is my moment, only to get crushed. Or maybe pull off an upset. Who knows? Speaking of the Ravens at number 6, how Ravens is it that their offense is literally a pick-your-poison situation? Someone needs to tell Edgar Allan Poe to rise from the dead and finish that poem. Which team do you think will make a surprise jump next week? I've got my eye on the Ravens, but let me know what you think. Now let's talk about the interesting part of the list. Yeah, the bottom. The Panthers? Sitting at number 32 like they're waiting for their Uber that's never coming. But don't worry, Panthers fans, the number 1 draft pick is coming, whether your future star wants to sign with you or not. And then there's the Patriots. If they're not teetering on a mutiny, yet, well, what are they waiting for? The ship's already sinking. Bill Belichick might want to borrow some of those Ravens pick your poison plays. Also, shout out to the Browns at number 30. They have to pay Deshaun Watson, but they don't have to play him?